Dynamic workflows sound like a big platform feature, but the useful idea is actually simple. Do not ask one model to solve a messy engineering decision in one straight line. Give it a way to plan, split the investigation, collect evidence, challenge itself, and hand off a decision that a human can review. Claude Code popularized this style with orchestration patterns people call dynamic workflows. In Codex Desktop, I am not turning on a hidden native workflow engine. I am using a skill protocol, a written operating procedure that tells Codex how to structure the work and where to write the artifacts. The pattern has 5 pieces. First, a planner defines the lanes. Then workers investigate focused slices. Evidence gets saved as files and command output. A verifier challenges the synthesis. Finally, the handoff explains what decision to make, what supports it, and what still has limits. For the demo, I am using Launch Pulse Release Ops. The product story is a checkout redesign at 35% rollout. Conversion has dropped, checkout latency has more than doubled, payment errors are up, and the automated helper is still recommending continue. This is exactly the kind of case where a single answer is not enough. The skill protocol is already there, so I am not inventing it inside the lesson. The prompt asks Codex to use the dynamic workflow skill, create a run folder, plan the investigation, assign worker lanes for telemetry, backend policy, user experience, and tests, then write synthesis, verification, and a final handoff. I will paste the prepared prompt so we can spend the time on the workflow instead of watching me type a long block. Before I send it, the important thing to notice is the shape of the instruction. Codex is being asked to run an investigation, not just summarize the app. Once the run starts, Codex begins creating the file trail. That is the difference between this pattern and a normal chat answer. The work is no longer only in the conversation. It becomes a folder with a plan, worker briefs, evidence logs, reports, synthesis, and review notes that can be inspected later. In the worker phase, each lane has a different responsibility. The telemetry lane reads the rollout metrics and incidents. The backend lane checks the decision helper. The user experience lane looks at what the dashboard communicates. The test lane runs the commands and records whether the system behavior matches the intended policy. The evidence matters because it keeps the final answer grounded. In this fixture, the smoke check passes because the endpoint responds, but the policy test fails because the helper says continue when the policy expects hold. That difference is the lesson. Availability is not the same thing as rollout safety. The backend issue is not mysterious. The helper computes useful risk signals, but the final decision is too optimistic. It only holds when the open incident count crosses a simple threshold, so 2 serious checkout incidents still produce continue. The workflow exposes that mismatch, instead of hiding it inside a polished paragraph. After the workers finish, synthesis combines the lanes. It should not just repeat every note. It should turn the evidence into a release decision, pause the expansion, roll back the affected EU checkout traffic, keep monitoring the incidents, and fix the helper so it treats latency, payment errors, and conversion loss as policy signals. The verifier is the safety step. It asks whether the evidence really supports rollback, whether the scope should be global or only EU checkout, whether the failing test is intentional, and whether the passing smoke check weakens the conclusion. This is where the workflow becomes more useful than a confident one-shot answer. The useful part is that the verifier narrows the claim. It does not let the synthesis say global rollback when the fixture only supports EU checkout. It keeps the decision precise. Pause expansion globally, roll back affected EU checkout traffic, and avoid overstating what the evidence can prove. Now, the artifacts are not decoration. They are the reusable part of the method. The plan explains the lanes. Each worker report points to files or commands. The evidence folder keeps the raw command outputs. Verification records the challenge. And the handoff is the concise decision document someone else can pick up. You can reuse this structure for many Codex Desktop tasks. Instead of asking for a final answer, ask for a run folder, a plan, worker lanes, evidence files, a synthesis, a verifier pass, and a handoff. The exact workers change with the domain, but the operating rhythm stays the same. The boundary is important. This is not a new Codex runtime feature. Codex is still following instructions inside the desktop app. The skill makes those instructions repeatable and inspectable, which is why the result feels more orchestrated than a normal chat, even though the mechanism is prompting plus files. For Launch Pulse, the payoff is a better engineering decision. The dashboard helper said continue, but the workflow separated product telemetry, back-end logic, user messaging, and test evidence. Then the verifier kept the conclusion scoped. That is the value. Not magic automation, but a clearer chain from question to evidence to decision. So the practical takeaway is this. When a task is messy, do not only ask Codex for an answer. Give it a workflow protocol. Make it plan, split the work, save evidence, challenge the synthesis, and hand off a decision. That is how you can bring a dynamic workflow style into Codex Desktop today.